I hate that my boyfriend's a gamer. I'm 24, he's 27, and I'm 7 months pregnant with our son. And before anyone asks, no, he's not one of those guys who plays a little after work to unwind. He clocks out at 5, he's in his chair by 6, and he's yelling about spawn points until 3 in the morning every single night. I went to the anatomy scan alone. I found out we're having a boy alone, in a paper gown, holding the ultrasound photos in an empty waiting room. I texted him the news. He sent back a thumbs up. He was in a match. I built the crib by myself at 6 months pregnant on my knees with the little diagram, listening to him celebrate a win through the wall. Here's the part that makes it worse. We met in a game. 5 years ago, I was the girl carrying his whole squad. That was our thing. He used to fall asleep on call with me. He used to tell people I was the best player he knew. Then I got pregnant, picked up extra shifts, and quit playing so I could pay for a crib. He kept playing. Somewhere along the way, he forgot I ever held a controller. He forgot that version of me existed. I tried everything first. Calm talks, lists on the fridge. He promised we'd do the nursery together. The furniture is still in boxes, stacked in the corner like a monument to this weekend, I swear. A few weeks ago, I stopped asking, but I started noticing something. Whenever I walked into the room, he'd push his mic away and go quiet. He started closing the door, and through that door, I could hear him laughing. Warm, funny, alive. A version of him I hadn't gotten in months. He saves his best self for the lobby. The last straw was small. The baby was kicking like crazy one night, and I asked him to come feel it. He said 1 sec. 1 sec turned into me falling asleep alone with my hand on my own belly. The next morning, I didn't cry and I didn't fight. Because I knew if I accused him of anything, he'd just say I was hormonal and paranoid. I needed to hear it for myself. So I made a plan. I bought a $20 headset. I made a fresh account with a random name and numbers, the kind you scroll past 100 times. I practiced on my lunch breaks until my aim came back. Then Friday, I told him I was staying the night at my sister's. I packed a bag and everything. He barely looked up from his screen. I drove around the block, parked at the back of our own lot, and opened my laptop. Our Wi-Fi reaches the parking lot. I know because I'm the one who pays for it. It took 4 tries of random squads before I landed in his lobby. Then his voice was in my ears. That warm, funny voice. He complimented my aim, said, nice shot. His friends invited me to run it back to them. So there I was, 7 months pregnant, in a dark parking lot, playing as a stranger on my own boyfriend's team. Through his mic, I could hear our apartment. The fridge humming, the washer running the load I put in before I left. At one point, he went down and I picked him back up. He called me a lifesaver. I've been picking him up for 5 years. It was the closest I'd felt to him in months, and he didn't even know I was there. For 2 matches, it was just game talk, and honestly, I remembered why he loves it. Then, sitting in the queue, one of his friends asked how the whole dad thing was going. He groaned, actually groaned. Then he laughed and said, bro, I don't even know if I'm sticking around for all that. His friends laughed too. He said I was way easier before I got pregnant, said the appointments and the nursery stuff wasn't what he signed up for, said he felt trapped. This man had spent $40 on a skin 20 minutes earlier. Then someone asked about a girl from his work, and he said, so casual, yeah, I already told her me and my girl are basically done. And another guy goes, is that why you had her hop on with us last week? She's been in these lobbies. She's played on this team. She came to my baby shower 2 months ago. She wrote in the card that our son was lucky. I sat there with my hand on my belly while the baby kicked like he could hear it too. I watched our window glowing blue from across the parking lot and listened to my son's father talk about our family like a subscription he forgot to cancel. Then came the worst one. He said, I'm waiting till after the baby's born to end it, so I don't look like the bad guy. He wanted credit for staying while he planned his exit around my due date. Then one of his friends goes, bro, imagine if she could hear you right now. And I heard him lean back in that stupid chair I bought him and say, nah, she's asleep by 9. She has no idea. And they all laughed again. That easy laugh. The one I used to get. So I unmuted my mic. And in the calmest voice I've ever used, I said, don't worry, babe. I'll be asleep by 9. Nobody said a word. His character just stood there in the open while the whole squad got wiped around him. And through the headset, from inside our apartment, I heard a chair hit the floor.